Hello everyone, welcome to another video. We are going to talk about how to divide fractions and find the reciprocal. So the essential question is, how do we divide fractions and find the reciprocal of a number? Well, what is the reciprocal? The reciprocal is simply 1 over the number, or it could also be seen as the number flipped or upside down. So for example, let me just show you, because I think the best way to show you, or to know what the reciprocal is to see it in examples. So the reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. The reciprocal of 3 would be 1 over 3. Now, when you have fractions like 1/2, that reciprocal is actually 2. So that's why it's not just 1 over a number, but it's the number inversed or flipped or upside down, as some people say it. The actual definition is it's the inverse of the previous number, but I like to think of it as just the number being flipped. Okay, so the reciprocal of 5 would be 1 over 5. And if you have another fraction like 3 over 4, well, that reciprocal is 4 over 3. So it very simply is just the number flipped. The numerator goes to the denominator, and the denominator goes to the numerator. If it's a whole number, like in the case of 3 and 5, well, then that just goes in the denominator, and you put a 1 in the numerator's place. And we know that because it's like every whole number has an invisible 1 under it, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the steps, which, yes, you do need to write down. Step 1 is that the first number is going to be the same. I want you to circle, underline, or highlight the word same. The next step is that the operation is going to change from a division to a multiplication. It's going to be the opposite. Okay? And the last number is going to be the reciprocal. I want you to circle those two. Okay? And I know this as the acronym SOAR. Okay? SOAR. SOAR stands for simply same, opposite, and reciprocal. Oh, okay. That's what SOAR stands for. Same, opposite, and reciprocal. And I call it SOAR because it can be SOAR, like you can soar high and do division with fractions, or SOAR like it could be a sore subject that you need to work on. So that's what it is. You just got to do same, opposite, reciprocal. So let's go ahead and let's do the examples. The first example is to find the reciprocal of the following numbers. So what's the reciprocal of 3? Take a second. You can pause if you want, and you can see if you can get it. Well, the reciprocal of 3 is going to be 1 over 3. What's the reciprocal of 1 over 5? Well, the reciprocal of 1 over 5 is going to be 5 over 1, or 5. Well, what's the reciprocal of 3 over 4? Well, the numerator goes in the denominator goes in the numerator. It's 4 over 3. And the reciprocal of 7 is 1 over 7. Okay, those are the reciprocals. If you're still stuck on what a reciprocal is, you should be writing a question down right now for me to address the next day. All right, let's do the last two examples. We're actually going to divide some fractions. We're going to divide fractions with whole numbers today. So this one says find the quotient or divide 4 divided by 1 over 3. So you need to remember to SOAR, same, opposite, reciprocal. So 4 stays the same. The opposite of division is multiplication. And the reciprocal for 1 over 3 is 3 over 1, or 3. Now we just multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. And that is our final answer. So you might have figured out by now, you're not really dividing fractions. You're only multiplying them. You're only multiplying the first number by its reciprocal, which is the same as dividing. We know that 3 times 4 is 12 is the same as 12 divided by 4 equals 3. You're using the same numbers. So that's really all dividing fractions is. If you know how to multiply fractions, you already know how to divide fractions. So let's go ahead and do number 3. Last example. 2 over 3 divided by 3. Now remember, soar. And I want you to write this over every single example, okay? Because it's going to help you remember. Same, opposite, reciprocal. Same, 2 over 3 stays the same. Opposite of division, multiplication. Reciprocal of 3 is 1 over 3. Now, we just add numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 3 is 9. 2 over 9 is our final answer. And that's it for today, you guys. As I just said, if you know how to multiply fractions, you know how to divide fractions. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.